I could actually drive a car in here, but the door is not big enough. Today's video is going to be about this. What am I going to do? I'm going to... Here I have an E46 rear subframe. In my previous video I removed, or it wouldn't be a previous video, there's a video where I show how to remove these bushings, and I'm going to also produce a video where I install these bushings, 4 bushings that are mounting bushings and 3 differential bushings. But before I go to the installation of these bushings, doing the installation, I need to clean it one more time, remove whatever the grime, the dirt and the rust is on it, and paint it. So I'm going to, in that sense, I'm going to make this look much better. I really don't have to do any of that. This subframe looks really nice the way it is. In any case, if you're facing issues like this and you're looking for ways out, if you're looking for solutions, I mean, there's nothing special about this. First of all, you have to clean it really well. And what I'm going to use, I got a couple of metal brushes, a die grinder with a couple of pads. So I'm not going to go too crazy. Well, first of all, you have to remove all the loose dirt. So I'm going to really do that. Well, I already started. Everything that is loose dirt, like there's plenty of that here. The proper way would be to dump this into an industrial cleaner machine and then sandblast it. I'm going to do a bit of scuffing and sanding. I'm going to be using this red, they call it scuff pad. I'm going to be using some gloves, and it's really necessary when you do things like this to use a respirator or filter, a mask, so you don't breathe all this stuff in. And then I'm going to basically add a coat of black paint. So I'm not stripping this to bare metal because don't have to. And that's the general idea. So everything is taped, and I'll see how the fumes are going to really be, because you kind of have to extract the fumes and overspray and everything. And my compressor, by the way, is in that room. So the idea is to make the airflow this way and move everything, all the overspray out. And yeah, I'm not in a densely populated area, so it's not a big deal that I have some paint overspray coming out. It's not the best thing, but it's not terribly bad, I suppose. People do even crazier stuff, so I'm going to just ignore all the you cannot do this comments and such. Well, let's roll, I guess. How much time I spent doing this? Too much. This is an extremely time-consuming job. It takes a long time to prepare anything that you're about to paint. This is not a professional restoration, and what I've done here is this is going to be okay. But if you're doing a full-blown restoration, a professional restoration, this is not enough. There is a lot to it to do it properly, and like I said in the beginning of this video, run this through like an industrial parts cleaner. There's a lot of factory weld splatter, so those things are basically, that's what happens when things are welded up like this. So mainly the paint is supposed to just make this look nice, that's part of it, and also stop the rust from happening. So it doesn't have to be looking really good. I mean, it's going to look probably even at least as good as the factory paint was. So I'm done basically with scuffing things up, cleaning things up, and this thing is ready for paint. I'm not going to mask anything. So the next thing, I guess, is to figure out how to set this up for the paint. You can hang this thing up. That's probably the best way. The second, well, it depends. You can paint one half on one side, let it cure, turn it around and finish painting the other side. I don't like doing that because it takes too much time, and yeah, dry paint, wet paint, overspray, shouldn't matter here, but in general, not the greatest idea. The last thing is to and I think that's what I'm going to do. You will see what I'm going to figure out in well, for you it might be a second, but so that's the process up to the part being ready for the paint application. Okay, so I'm ready to really do some painting, and I figured this out. I'm going to got two pieces of wood under the sway bar mounting brackets. Those have sharp edges. What I'm going to do, I'm going to paint this side like this, basically all of this, and then I'm going to roll it down like this, and I'm going to have a support like here, like that here, and then I'm going to finish painting the rest of the subframe, the upper part. So here is a two-part paint, and I'm going to be using the leftovers of this 3M disposable. So that's what I have been using. There's a new updated system, PPS. This is a 3M PPS. This is the old system. I think I had like boxes of this. I bought basically way too much back in the day, a long time ago, and I still have some of it left, so I'm going to use this all up. And then I will switch eventually, I guess, to PPS 2. I don't even know if you can buy these at this point. In any case, so I'm going to be mixing right in the in this, because that's how this thing works. So you basically have a liner, and this is a reusable part. There's a scale, so the reusable part is in it. This is also reusable, and there's a mesh right here. It's a filter, so you don't really have to stain your paint. You can just dump 2 parts of your paint, measure your quantities, proportions, and close it, lock it, put it up on your spray gun. This system has a ton of different adapters for different guns, and this one has basically threads. This is a cheap kinda, it's not disposable, but I figured if I ruin this by doing some primers and things like that, or glue, whatever, I had ideas to use it on it. This is not a big deal, but it's been it lasted. You don't have to spend a ton of money on SATA or Iwata or whatever else people go for. This is a cheap, what's the name, Astro, made in Taiwan, but this thing works, I guess, for hobbies. So this thing is about $100-ish, so it's not like $400, $700, $800 or $1,200. So you can get something like this, and it works just fine for jobs like that. Even painting, like I said, painting the actual parts, fenders and all. This is not a terrible spray gun. It says Euro Pro Evo T, fairly cheap, affordable, and it gets the job done. Pressure regulator here, that's important. In any case, let's mix up some paint and do some painting, I guess. And it's not painting like real painting, it's just spraying paint. Some artists, when they talk about doing painting, I always try to joke and say, well, I paint too. And they go, oh yeah, what do you paint? I'm like, well, I can show you. So this is a 1-to-1 mix. So I'm going to probably do 300 milliliters. I think that should do. And now it's going to be black, the color itself. With this system you don't have to stir, because you can just close this, lock it up and shake it. So that's the color. So it's probably going to be a little bit more gloss compared to what the original was. Put this on like this. Make sure it's tight. And by the way, you can store paint in this container. the plugs are provided, of course. You buy it. So then we lock it up. Well, you can shake it. So I'm ready to paint. I don't think I will show the process because it's going to be, there's no point really. So this is the thing. I'm going to put the cup on the top of the spray gun and just spray it. Like I said, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to spray this part like that, and then I'm going to rotate it and rotate it, support it like this, and I'm going to finish painting the top right here. And that's the process. So does anyone want to see how I paint it? I don't think so. That's just no reason. Be back in a second, then I guess we'll see what this looks like when it's done. Okay, and at this point I'm done painting it. So this is the final result. So I used up all of the paint. Yeah, there's pretty much nothing left. That's what this subframe looks like now. The paint is still kind of tacky, although it's rather hot in here. I kind of wanted to start to do this painting and all back in like early July, but it was way too hot. You really don't have like a direct or a straight shot at the surface. So if you have a large flat surface, you just go like a fender, you just go over it. But this, you have to get to all the corners and all the places basically, and you kind of have to go a place after place, and you end up with multiple coats in some places. This is going to be acceptable. I mean, it's going to look good enough. It's not going to have any rust. With this angle, it's even a bit shiny. But you have to wait until the paint cures completely. In this case, it's going to be close to at least 24 hours, up to 48. In a sense that the paint is going to fully cure, and become hard enough to handle. Well, it all depends on the paint that you use. So whatever you buy, just read the instructions, see what it says. As you can see, there is a ton of information how to spray it, and I didn't paint the insides of these where the bushings go, so there's just a little bit of overspray, and that's all that there is to it. And that's why I said the disposable is kind of a good thing to use, a disposable system like this, because this I can just throw away, and I don't have to do cleaning. I guess that's the thing. All of these things are now just like the liner comes out, all of this is clean. All you have to do is just run some cleaner through the spray gun, and this goes away into trash, and you don't have to create a mess, especially if you're not in an industrial environment. And I have a can like this that is basically my waste. So when you clean things up, clean your spray gun and run the cleaner through it with whatever comes out of it, you can just dump it into a can like this. And what you do with the waste, you take it to a special place. This is it. That's what it looks like. Thumbs up, I guess. And I guess thanks for watching, and now we'll see you in the next one.